Oh, we live. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Starting off fresh with KPG. We starting off fresh with KPG. We started off first talking with G. We started off first talking with G. Then we went and added Corey. Then we went and added Corey. Added Prince, that's a KPG. We starting off fresh with KPG. Added Prince, now it's KPG. Added Prince, now it's KPG. And we just talking with KPG. And we just talking with KPG.
What up? What up? What up, baby? Welcome to Talking with KPG. I'm your boy. To my right hand side, we got the OG of the crew, the Commanders. Chuck, the Commanders. What's good, Brody?
Oh, not much, man. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling great, dog. I'm feeling great. It's another. We on top of the ground, man. So I'm feeling good.
Oh yeah,
Feeling good. So
passed another
you,
hump day.
yeah, hump day downhill from here.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, let's jump right on in, bro. Let's jump right on in. Let's first start off by welcoming everybody to episode 95, season 2. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We want to send a special shout out to one of our loyal listeners, man. Guy who's been with us from day one. We had a competition, a contest over the past month, and we have come up with a winner, man. And the winner of the 2 Hawks tickets to the Pacers versus the Hawks on March 13th, that's 7 o'clock, is no other than James Little John. Oh, hold on. I got something for that. Hold on. Thank you. I should have been prepared for that. Been prepared. Where's that? Oh. And the winner is James Little John.
Hey. Congratulations, James Littlejohn.
Congratulations, James Little John, man. We appreciate you, though. I believe you brought in 5 new subscribers to the KPG family, which is actually going to be changed pretty soon, man. We have a new name that we're going to introduce during the new season. So when the season goes over to the next season, when we go to season 3, we will introduce our new name, and we know hopefully y'all love it, man. Hopefully y'all love it. So once again, thank y'all for participating in the contest. But it's not over, baby. It's March, and that's when the madness starts, right? That's
Yes,
when the
sir.
madness starts. So we have another contest, another competition that we will be having, and the March Madness competition, man. It's the tournament that we do. We did it for the first time last year. We had a winner in my guy AD, Coach AD. He won the top prize, man. And this year we have a sponsor for our March Madness tournament. And our sponsor is Tribe 6 Candles, man. they will be giving out a 16-ounce candle to the winner for that competition, man. So thank you, Matt Thompson and his wife, Tribe 6 Candles. We appreciate you all, man, rocking with us. Thank y'all for being a sponsor for our competition, man, and we're looking forward to a great one, a fun one again. All right,
yeah, definitely. That's great. That's great.
All right, good. Let's jump right in, man. Major League Baseball is having they had some negotiations that went south. That they extended their deadline for five more days, and they made the cut, man. On yesterday, they had to start canceling games, man, because they didn't make the deadline. The MLB, the Players Union, is standing strong, and so are the owners, man. I know you and I are not real strong baseball guys.
Right.
But I know there's a lot of baseball heads out there that were excited about the season starting. Preseason has actually started already, and they had to cancel games, man. Do you think this will go further than the regular season?
If all indications are, then it may very well. I just glanced at a little bit right now, and me and you were talking about it before the show came on, and they said they offered a minimum salary of $700,000, which is an increase of $130,000 from last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the Players Association saying that's still not enough, I guess.
Right. That's what the players asking for, right? The owners, I think the owners are offering $640.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the owners are offering $640. The players want $775. And that's a minimum.
Yeah. I'm not an owner.
Yeah.
But it just seems like that you're gonna lose a lot more. And I know because I don't know what I know some of the players probably have contracts where they're gonna get paid regardless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But some of them don't. You talked about that. Probably the ones in the lower end of the scale might not get paid.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
I know I think in other sports where some of the bigger time players that kind of looked out for the lower level players.
Mm-hmm.
When a situation like this happened in the past, I can't remember which league it was, but I don't know. Maybe they do that same kind of thing again and stick it out until they get what they want.
Yeah, and I think it was baseball where they had the upper tier players kind of looking after the people that really weren't getting paid.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think in basketball, I don't know if a lot of players did it, but I know a couple of players did it when they went on strike as well. Where they kind of, hey, don't worry about it, Leon. I got you. I'm wing, and take care of all of that. So, yeah. Welcome to the show, Big James, man, and congratulations, big homie. Yeah, the owners better pay up. It's like you said, Chuck, man. They're likely to lose a lot more than they will, by paying these players. And the reason they want the to go up is because they've made so much in the past year. They've surpassed what they thought they was going to do. So they're making way more than they expected. Right. So the players, they want a piece of that. They want a piece of that, man. And
you can't blame them. Yeah, you really can't blame them.
Yeah. I mean, they're the reason that the profits are going up. So it's a tough situation for them. It's a tough situation. But it looks like each one of them are have their feet dug deep in the ground, man, and like they're not budging. And this could go a long way. I hate to see it, but that may help us out with the little footballs that's about to start up that you were talking about.
The USFL.
Yeah, the USFL. I know
it's football. It's football. It may not be that good, but I'm gonna watch it.
You gonna watch it anyway, huh?
If it's football, I'm watching it, and it's on TV where I can see it.
Yeah, I heard something about to go ahead and move over to that part of it. I heard something about Moose Daryl Johnston being a commentator for him. So they if they can get Moose over there, that's saying something.
Yeah,
that's saying something. So I'm a football head, man. So I'm with you, dog. I'm gonna watch. If it's gonna be on NFL Network or something, I'll be watching. I'll be watching. So,
and this I guess this could be an opportunity for some of those that don't make it to the league and may get an opportunity when the league does start up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I honestly, did you watch a lot of the? And we're gonna go ahead and move on from the baseball. Did you watch a lot of the NFL Europe when it was out?
I didn't watch a lot of it, because of the time difference and all. But when I had the opportunity, I would watch it.
You watch it, and it was actually pretty good football. I know I had a couple homeboys who actually played in NFL Europe over there for a couple of the teams. It was actually pretty doggone decent, man. And actually both of them ended up playing in the NFL. Off of it, So yeah, my boy Daniel Wilcox, he actually played some years with the Baltimore Ravens, and my other homeboy played at Cleveland afterwards. So it's like you said, it's a stepping stone, man. It's definitely a stepping stone for people to get their feet wet in the league.
Yes, sir.
So let's stay on the football, man. Let's stay on football. We talked about Kyler Murray a couple episodes ago, and I think we both are on the same page that we don't think he's going anywhere. But it looks like Russell Wilson just might be on the move, man.
Coming to the Commanders, right?
I'm hearing more in the division, but I'm not hearing the Commanders.
Within the division?
Within the division.
So that only leaves the Rams.
Oh, no, in our division.
Oh, in our division. Oh, coming in our division, but not Washington. So I guess it's either Philly or the Giants. If it's not Washington,
it's Philly. I'm hearing it's Philly.
So Philly will get rid of Jalen Hurts, huh? They don't believe in Jalen Hurts.
They don't believe in him. They never believed in him. They never believed him. They were trying to shop him last year.
But they didn't believe in it. If they didn't believe, they must have believed he's better than Carson Wentz.
Well, yeah, I don't think that's too hard to believe. I mean, that's not. Yeah, so they. That's what I'm hearing, and they got 3 first-round picks this year.
Philly does?
Philly does. Yes. So
yeah, I'm about to read a little bit more up on them compensation picks too. I'm about to understand it because last year in the draft, y'all got too many compensation picks. I don't think that was justifiable. I'm about to read up a little bit further on that.
We lost a lot of players. But
I can't remember what the compensation picks equates to.
So anytime you lose a player and they go and they sign a major contract with another team, that determines what round for your compensation pick you get, 3rd, 4th, or 5th. So if you have one who like Quinn went to Chicago, he left us and went to Chicago, and he got paid a lot of money to go there. So we got like a 3rd round pick for him, a compensatory pick for him. So that's how that works. You
get rewarded for not being able to keep your players. Hey, that don't seem justifiable.
Yeah. So because of the salary cap, this is their way of saying, all right, since you can't keep everybody because of the salary cap. This is how we'll help you out to continue to build your team. So everybody gets it. Y'all, your players that you have, they just don't. Y'all just let them go, like Haskins. they didn't give Haskins nothing. It wasn't so you didn't make a lot of money off of that. I mean, he didn't get a lot of money for that one. So you probably got a 7th round pick for him. Hey, what up, Prince? Welcome to the show, big homie.
What up, boy? What's going on?
Prince, how's it going?
What's up there, Commander? What's going on?
So right now, cause we just talking about maybe Russell Wilson leaving Seattle, and I'm here in Philly.
Seattle, bro. I mean, he tried it before, but where is he gonna be happy at? I mean, he had plenty of teams to go before. Do you think he's gonna be definitely down to leave this year? Next year. I mean, do you think where would be a perfect fit for him to go so he could be successful? That he thinks that him and his wife is ready to leave Seattle to go do what he needs to do.
I'm here in Philly right now. Welcome to the show, A to the Z Media, Big Country. Yeah, I'm here in Philly right now. Rodney says Pittsburgh.
But is it him wanting to leave, or is it Seattle considering trading him?
He wants to leave, man.
Oh, he wants to leave?
Oh yeah, he wants out.
I heard he wanted to stay in Seattle.
You know how he is. He's a stand-up guy. He's not trying to ruffle any feathers, but he definitely wants to move on, man. He sees they're not trying to help him. He crying for offensive line, crying, and they still haven't given him anything. Let me send my guy got some information on his baseball, man. Let's get Zach on here. Let me see.
So in a sort of kind of way, since he can't get no help, he doing like LeBron did then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't want to help me out, man. Let me move on.
Yeah.
Let me move on. You're not going to continue to have me out here getting killed. And, and if he can go to Philly and see how I can get them 3 picks or even 2 picks and a doggone, what's your boy name? Jalen Hurts. You never know, man. Hey, let's welcome my dog Stanley Moss to the show as well, man. Welcome to the show, big homie. Rodney Littlejohn, welcome to the show as well. Thanks for tuning in. All right. So yeah, it's a possibility, man. It's a possibility. I heard that your Washington Commanders are looking for a quarterback. They're scanning the NFL, the teams to see what they can get. Who would you like to come?
I mean, I don't think it's too many. I don't think it's too many quarterbacks that is available. Out of the ones I know that's available, if it's not going to be Russell Wilson,
you got.
If I had a choice, I would take Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
If he, but it's that unknown with him. So if it's not Deshaun Watson, then I take Garoppolo.
Okay. Big Country, baby. Welcome to the show, big homie.
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Man, great.
Good to hear.
All right, so we let's jump back into the first topic we talked about, and then we'll jump back into this football. We got a baseball head on now that can actually help us out with this baseball lingo and what's going on in the MLB, man. Talk to me, though. What's going on? Is it as serious as they saying it is?
Oh yeah, I'm highly confident there won't be a season this year.
Wow.
In '94, if you remember, it was the owners trying to take back control from the players. Now it's the players trying to take. It's the same thing as '94, but it's the opposite. The players want more control. The players are tired of arbitration, and the owners ain't giving up that money.
Mm-hmm.
They want control for when you get drafted into the majors. I think it's like 6 to 8 years of arbitration control, depending on when you're called up. That's why Baltimore and Tampa Bay, teams like that, never call up those 18, 19-year-old prospects that they're sure things, like Adley Rutschman, who's hitting 400 in Double-A and is 21 years old, but he was the number one pick at it as an 18-year-old for the Orioles. They are keeping players that are ready to contribute away from the league so that they, without calling them up, so they can keep them under control for longer, so they don't have to pay them the big money.
Oh, okay. So explain that to us for us lay people that really don't understand the logistics of baseball. So you're saying,
okay,
when the kids are getting drafted,
yeah, it's called arbitration. So your arbitration clock starts when you get called up to the league, and you play a certain amount of games. Like, you know, it goes as far like when you're in the minors, it doesn't really happen as quickly. But when you're in the league, they can give you, like, they put a cap on how much they can pay you. They can pretty much decide what they want to pay you year by year by year. Like Aaron Judge is only making $2 million a year.
Aaron Judge?
Yeah, if you look it up, he's only making about, well, he was. Now he's still under arbitration. So it's going to go up from, like, when you're a certain level of years in the league, and, like, let's say you're a star like Aaron Judge, you can refuse their contract and go to arbitration. What that means is go in front of a judge and say, no pun intended, but Aaron Judge, I want $20 million a year. And the team's like, well, we'll pay him $5 million. And then a court will be like, they'll either side with Aaron Judge and say, yeah, you outplayed your contract, or they'll side with the team. But if they side with Judge, they're never going to pay him the actual 20. They'll probably pay him like 12, 13. So it's how teams save money. And it's really why baseball players get those monster deals after 9, 10 years in the league, because that's when they're up for it. And they're trying to make up not only on what they can make in the future, maximize, but maximize on their past. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Like somebody, like I'm on my phone in the car right now. I'm on Bluetooth. So if someone could look up how much Aaron Judge has made in the first 5 so years of his, it'll explain it. Like, and Adley Rutschman, for example, not a lot of people know who he is. I know because I'm in York, Pennsylvania. I go to some of the Baltimore, which is not far, some of their minor league teams. He was hitting 450 in rookie ball as a 17-year-old draft pick. He's 21 and hasn't seen the league.
Wow.
Because the Baltimore's owners cheat. They don't want to start the clock on these guys. Ryan Mountcastle's 23, and they could have brought him up 3 years ago. They finally brought him up. He broke Cal Ripken's home run record as a rookie for a season. So, like, they got talented players. They just don't want to pay them. So they want to keep them under that peanuts. And as you see, Aaron Judge has made peanuts compared to what he's been worth as far as the head of the Yankees for so long.
Yeah. 684,000 is what he's making.
And I think it's up to $2 million if they actually play this year. I think he won arbitration.
Okay.
Either that or, but regardless, and then all of a sudden it goes from 600,000. Aaron Judge will be able to make $50 million a year if he wanted to. You know what I mean? So, like, now the owners are trying to have longer arbitration control, and the players want short. So apparently 8 years of control isn't enough for the owners. It's getting ugly, man. And it's not a strike, it's a lockout. They're locking out the players.
Oh, yeah.
Because the players, it's pretty much like a corporation strike. Like, the union wants to negotiate, but the owners are like, nope, we're done. Like, you're locked out.
Oh. Okay.
You know
now
what I mean?
now I can see
like,
why you're saying that they're not going anywhere. Like,
the players struck because they had enough. I mean, the owners struck. Like, the players struck because the owners wanted to give them nothing. But now, you know what I mean? Now the players want everything, and the owners like, screw you, we're done.
Wow.
So
and the And Major League Baseball and the union and Major League Baseball themselves are strong. They'll sit out. They're not gonna budge. Unlike what the NFL players would do. Like you
And
said,
then
man.
keep in mind, it's probably gonna bring a whole new era of steroids, of performance enhancing drugs, like they did like after the '94 strike to save baseball. McGuire, Canseco, Sammy Sosa, A-Rod, all those guys saved baseball. Look for another era where they start to let go of those certain things that, just to modernize baseball and have the younger generation, like they did in '94, to capture the young generation.
Oh, hey man, I appreciate that information, dog. Like I had no idea. I was just reading, from the outskirts of what was going on, man. But that's crazy. That is wild that they're trying to.
It's ugly. It's ugly, and it's going to get even uglier, man.
Yeah. I bet. Wow.
They already canceled the first 2 or 3 series of every team each year. They already canceled like the first 6 games.
Right. Prince, what up, baby? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just got this new laptop and it won't let me get my camera right, bro. I'm not, technically inclined sometimes, but as long as you can hear me, I'm good. I'll figure it out.
Man.
What's up?
So give us your thoughts on. I know you're a baseball guy yourself, man. Give us your thoughts on what Big Country just told us, man.
Man, I mean, actually, to be honest with you, man, I learned about Tuesday that there was I haven't heard much about it because usually there's a lot of talk about the lockout, but I haven't heard much about it until somebody brought up and said, man, there's a lockout. I'm like, no, because they're really not talking about it as much as they would be in the past. Like it was a big major deal, but I'm glad my man Big Country went on and explained it to us, man. And I understand that baseball is the one sport that is all about money, bro. Period. They'll lock out in close seasons faster than anybody because most of them have enough money that they can withstand that. And unlike baseball, I mean, a couple of players in basketball might be able to get through it, but when it comes to baseball, man, I mean, that's been around longer than basketball. And so I feel that, they can't come together. Go ahead.
But the thing is, Prince, with that too.
Yeah.
The baseball, because of arbitration, like I explained, those Bryce Harpers of the world, Mike Trouts, they all get the huge deals. But the median average, if you compile all minor leaguers, which are professionals, part of this lockout, and the professionals, the median average is like $300,000 a year.
Okay. So what you're telling me?
There's only about 2 players on each team that make big money. Everybody else is minimum MBA.
But okay, my question to you is okay. All right. So what you're telling me is that a lot of baseball players are less paid than NBA players and NFL players when they have the biggest contracts in professional sports.
No, what I'm saying is like they have NBA teams normally have like 2 max guys on a team, sometimes 3. What I'm saying is it's the same on baseball. There's like 2 or 3 big money guys on each team. The rest, their salaries aren't even close to the vet minimum on it. Most of them. There's a lot of players that, like Aaron Judge, made $500,000 last year.
Okay. So Big Country, what you're telling me is that the average baseball player was making less than an average basketball player or a football player?
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting.
If you counter in, because this lockout isn't just affecting major leaguers, Prince. What I'm saying is it's the minor leaguers that are making $50,000. That's what I'm getting at. Like it doesn't just affect the big money like Giancarlo Stanton type guys. It affects, like I just named him, Adley Rutschman, AA catcher, might be making $75,000.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. That's
so there's a lot of division. People in that players union don't want to. Some of them don't want to be locked out. Some of them do. And anybody that's ever been in a union negotiation before, you need unity to get something done. So it just makes everything harder.
So the lockout with baseball, is it the same as a lockout with football? I mean, is it the same? Is it going to impact as deeply with football as with baseball? Because at least with football, they had alternates come in and at least play the season. So with baseball, they won't do that.
They can't if it's a lockout. If the owners lock the players out, they can't do replacements. It's when it's a strike they can use replacement players. That's the rule. So it will affect just as bad, if not worse, because there's so many more major league or professional baseball players making less money. There's a vet minimum in the NBA, and Felix Hernandez, King Felix, who's 10 years past his prime, could sign a $50,000 contract, minor league contract tomorrow. It's different. There's different rules that protect NBA players because there's not as many as there are baseball. Baseball's top-heavy contracts are loaded. I'm not arguing that. Right. I'm arguing the normal player.
That's good stuff.
I'm sorry. Real quick, G. Real quick, and I'll let Corey get on. I didn't know that the major league affects the minor league when it comes to a lockout. I thought the minor league was different from.
Remember Michael Jordan wouldn't cross the picket line when they were on strike in '94, and he was a Double-A baseball player?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay. I appreciate you clarifying that for me.
No problem. I love baseball.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. You taught us a lot of stuff in that little bit of time, man. So I appreciate that.
Big countries in session.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, you go a little bit too far now, bro. But
I'm messing with you guys.
Let's welcome up.
We love you, man. We love you.
Hot and spicy chicken.
Really?
Hot and spicy chicken. What?
Hot spicy chicken. What? Really?
Hey, yeah. Do y'all know that Chick-fil-A has a hot and spicy chicken?
No, we don't even eat Chick-fil-A. You probably the only one that do.
Oh man, you don't know what you're missing, then, dude. Golly.
I got food poisoning from Chick-fil-A like 6 months ago.
Yes, he did. Did.
Get off the line, man. Get off the line.
Yes, he did.
I'm gonna tell you why you got it. You got it because it was up north. They had to take so long to travel up there, man. You got to get a fresh one right here.
I'm glad they're not a sponsor right now. Look,
I know, right? Look, I'm fighting hard for my city. Chick-fil-A is here.
You lost that.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, bro? Ain't nothing, man.
We're doing all right, but I'm not gonna call you hot and spicy.
No, y'all better not. That's just what I want to eat.
I know you got some thoughts about this MLB, man. So let's get your thoughts right now, Corey.
Major League Baseball, man, my first love. It's my first passion as far as sports. I'll be straight with you, and like I said, I missed what you guys were talking about, and I know Zach probably went in hard. Prince, you too, all of y'all probably. This is not the first lockout, not the first strike, and it won't be the last. It's not the first time that Major League Baseball players and the owners have disagreed. And like I said, it won't be the last. It's not uncommon to me to hear what they've been going through. Now, I'll be straight with you, and the reason why I say that, or the reason why I feel the way I am, is because it's common. It's not uncommon for the players and the owners to have disagreements, pay wise. Now, peep the game, and this is just my honest opinion when it comes to when they strike. A lot of times, from a player's perspective, they make a lot of guap. So a lot of times with the disagreements, and like I said, the players association and the agreement that they have for now, and straight up and down, I hadn't been on top of the lockout issues like I normally am. As a 45-year-old man, I've seen, I think in my lifetime, this is the third lockout that I've experienced. And then they get back to baseball. They'll come to the table. Most of the time, my view is the owners want too much. Then at this point, the players want a little bit more too.
Let me let our guy, Big Country Man, explain to you what's going on, so you can get the gist of it all.
So
he explained it pretty well.
So pretty much what the players want is their biggest sticking point. The biggest sticking point right now is the owners. Remember, Corey, in '94, the players tried to take control back, or the owners tried to take control back of the league and the money.
And the money.
That's where
Okay,
they got the luxury tax and arbitration put in. And now it's 8 years of control. They don't make anywhere near like money right off the top like they used to. They are under control for 8 years. Plus, they want a 10-year arbitration period. The players want down to 4. So the players want to cut it in half. Owners want to add 2 more years, and that's why the owners locked out the players' union.
Okay.
That's the biggest
So,
thing. There's a channel called Baseball Doesn't Exist. Great channel if you want to research what's going on with this lockout.
okay. So peep the game. All right. So the last time, all right. So when they come up with a new contract, when contract season, everything from television, ticket sales, now owners get 100% ticket sales. This is how they pay their players, right? So from what, and like I said, I may be a little off here, in terms of, how I look at it, or, what I've experienced with baseball. So the owners get, 100% the ticket sales, and then they pay their players, everything from sponsorships to television rights. They have to come to, everybody got to get a slice of this, and the players want a little bit more, which they should. The owners, just like any other organization, from baseball to basketball, football, owners get a big share of the pie, and a lot of times they get stingy, and the thing is, you're not going to have all these seats, people in the seats without the players. And what do rich men want more than anything else? To be richer. So a lot of times,
money.
Yeah, and a lot of times they need to be fair, and then sometimes, the players, like I said, it's not the guys that get that high guaranteed money. It's the ones that say that don't get a bunch of money, like your minor league ball players, or the ones that don't have, that only got. I look from
Ones that
our
are still under
standpoint.
arbitration. The ones that are still under arbitration, like Aaron Judge and those types.
Yeah, or the ones that didn't get that said. I mean, though it's not like chicken scratch, but the ones that only get $100,000, for that season. Mm-hmm. I mean, I forget what the minor league. I'm sorry, what the minimum is in Major League Baseball, but I think it's around $400,000. But I don't know. Some of the guys say they can't live off that type of salary, But I don't. I mean, I know most of the time baseball they figure it out, but it just takes a little bit longer, And that's what I'm saying. So I think right now the two opening series are what they're holding out on, and then they'll eventually find it, because the owners don't want to lose bread. They don't want to lose TV sponsorship. They don't want to lose TV time. They don't want to lose ticket sales. So they'll eventually hurt their pockets, and then they'll figure it out. I'm not saying that they'll succumb to the players, once, but they'll get halfway.
Okay, so I'm just kind of curious, bro, Corey.
Yeah.
So I need to know what derailed your baseball career, bro.
What derailed it? I don't want to say what derailed it. I'll say reality. They were always better guys, straight up. I ain't gonna lie. I was good. Let me tell you. Okay, I say this, and then I'll and this will hit everybody. From a kid standpoint and a father standpoint. My dad told me one time, when I was a kid, he said, "There's a time in a young man's life where ability and reality meet."
Yeah.
And I was like, and I stopped, and I was like, and I ain't gonna lie, I was getting kind of, I was about to take it personal. I was like, "What you talking about?" He said, "Man, listen, you're a good ball player. You love the game. You're a good ball player." And this was with every sport that I was playing. He said, "You're a good ball player." He said, "But you're not great." He said, "There are guys that are out there that are great." And I use Quincy Carter, for example, because we played as kids, and I watched him, become the star that he was, even, for your Cowboys. But they were knocking down Quincy's door. Quincy was, 6'5" in third grade. But I'm just saying, he was a big kid, So, but he was a talented ball player, not just baseball, football. He was basketball. He was an athlete. And I remember my dad was like, said, "Hey, them people at Quincy house, I saw his mama. They trying to find him. They can't find the kid. They want him." And I was like, So my dad at some point was like, "Hey man, we got to get you to school. We got to be able to get you to college. We got to be able to get you there. My job is to make sure that you can take care of yourself in life." So he told me as a young man how to, make sure that there was a differentiation on the love of the game and trying. You know how nowadays some kids they put all their eggs in that basket. I'm gonna be a basketball player. I'm gonna be a football player. But he's like, yeah, man, we gotta be able to get you to that next level to take care of yourself in life. So when he told me that, I ain't gonna lie, I was hurt. So to answer your question, my dad, reality, he was like, hey man, you know, he wasn't saying hang it up. He was like, you know, we got to get you a scholarship. You know, we got to be able to start applying for some of these minority scholarships. Let me tell you something. I went to college on a partial academic, partial music, partial athletic scholarship. So I had three ways to pay for school, man. I went bowling, athletics, and music. Right, so and academics on top of that. So that was just his way of saying, listen, I did my job to get you there. Now what you do after all that, that's your fault. but what he didn't do was he didn't live vicariously through me to say, listen, hey, my son gonna be he gonna make it. He was real with it. Because he saw the kids that I grew up with at Gresham Park. They were good, you know. All right, I'm gonna say this one last thing, and I'll let you keep going. So my friend Robert Gates, he went to Cedar Grove High School. I mean, he was all county, all defensive, all state. You know, he played defense, and he ended up going to Ole Miss. When he got to Ole Miss, now mind you, coming from DeKalb County, coming from Georgia, he was all this, all century, all whatever was in the county. When he got to Ole Miss, he was number 5 on the depth chart. He didn't even play it like until like his third, like I think junior season, as far as like getting a lot of good playing time. That just shows you how much the talent worldwide or just stateswide was out there, and he was like 4th. I was like, man, I called him. I said, I ain't see you play. Oh yeah, I had the clipboard. Oh yeah, man, I made the Gatorade. Right. So that was that to answer that question, Prince. That was the answer, man. My dad.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate your honesty, cuz.
Okay.
Keeping it
so
real.
Let's stay on that topic right there. Chuck, what was your moment, or that you knew that you wasn't gonna make it, or what was your greatest moment in sports coming up?
Greatest moment in sports coming up, I would say, probably in junior high school, playing football as a defensive lineman in Tryon, North Carolina. I intercepted a pass and almost ran in for a touchdown.
You were a D lineman?
Yeah.
Well, I would ran you over, boy. You don't know nothing about, hey, boy.
You've been picking up your chin strap.
Hey. Hey, put him out, man.
So did you ever have aspirations of going further in football?
You know, when you play sports, everybody got that aspiration. But it's kind of like Corey said, but you know, sooner or later, reality's gonna kick in. Because even with me, as I progressed up, even though I was getting to play, you always knew it was somebody just as good or even better.
Yeah, man.
You know, I don't know. I'm sure all y'all know Marcus Lattimore, but when I was in high school, Marcus Lattimore's daddy was a senior when I was a sophomore. And we would have this drill where we have to get, I don't know how the best to type, but it would be iron pipes, and you had to get down in your 3-point stance, and the only way to get out was to go out the other end. You couldn't stand up. So getting in there with this dude, man, you talking about having your bell wrong? That's probably the first only time I had my bell wrong, because that dude was a beast, boy. I see where Marcus got it from, boy.
Wow.
And, yeah, so yeah, you just realize as you progress that you're not as good as everybody else. I love to play, but hey, I knew it was no future in that. Like Corey, I would have to go a different
route. Prince.
Yo.
The same question to you, my man. What was that moment? Because I know you had basketball dreams.
Yeah, I did.
Being that guy. Yeah. So what derailed your path?
Women.
Dang.
All them out, huh? Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, because you know the game I had, bro. But I got caught up. But I can't blame it on them because I should have been more focused and more intent on my goal in life, bro. But that's where it comes in with the support that you have by family, the support that you have by people around you. I mean, and I'm not talking about. I mean, I have my support for my boys and stuff, but sometimes you need a different support that keeps you going in life, man. And when your mind gets caught up, you just focus on goals sometimes. So, it doesn't matter how much ability you got if you can't keep focused. If you can't keep focused on what the goal is, then you lose track. But I never give up any games, any championships, these slam dunk contests that I won, all the trophies that I got sitting in my mom's house. I always love all those, man. But like I said, I would tell my son to this day, you got to keep focused on the goal in mind and block out all distractions and keep your mind set on what the game plan is and what the end game is, man. And cherish all the memories you have that you came up with and what you played with and who you played with and who you ran the court with and what you do your thing with, man. And always strive to be the best that you can and never let nobody take that away from you, dog.
Can I throw something out?
Yeah, go ahead.
So all right. So in typical, my father form, man, my brother, was the same way. He wanted to play ball, play AAU. It was just he had dreams of becoming an NBA star. So my goal was, my father had passed. My goal was to kind of give him that same game that my dad did, right? So I did a little research. So check the game. There are 444 active players in the NBA from the on each roster, right? From the the G League, not saying G League, but your regular roster, and I think I guess you call it the G League, but those are the 444 active players in the NBA. So I was telling him, I said, do you know how small of a drop in the bucket that is to be a part of the National Basketball Association? 444 players. You got more kids in your school. You know what I'm saying? I said, this is the entire NBA.
Right.
And what I was trying to tell him was, okay, so outside of that, then there are 100 and I think they said, 1,300 and 340 Division I schools out there that you could probably, play at and get a little shine at, from everyone from D1 to D3 or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I go, all of that. I said that, that many colleges. And I said, multiply that by, 15 to 20 players that are on scholarship each school. I said, that's a lot of kids, right? I said, there's a lot of children out there that's trying to make their way. And I said, and each year in the draft, they're only really looking at about 60 players, in the draft area. I said about 60 players are going to get a look at, to make a roster spot. I said, man, that's a small number to put your dreams and hopes on, mm-hmm. When you're talking about nationwide. And I was like, man, listen, I said, he was like, man, you a hater, man. I said, I'm not hating on you, man. I'm just trying to give you the same game that our father gave us. Mm-hmm. It's hard. And I said, so what got him was, and I think what a light had kicked on for him when I said, remember when they told, LeBron came out of Akron, Ohio. I said, they found him, they found that kid and dubbed him the next king. I said, nobody's been in DeKalb County. Nobody's been at the house. Nobody knocked on mama's door. Nobody came to your high school, Mm-hmm. And so he was like, he stopped. And I was like, nowadays with social media, somebody would have put you on a highlight tape, put you on Instagram, put you on, it was always something. I said, they know how to find you nowadays. And so I was like, hey man, I love you too much to put that dream on you, that it's gonna happen. And he didn't look. I ain't gonna lie. He didn't like me for a little minute, but it was just the truth. But that's something that I go ahead.
You just crushed that man's dreams. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, man, I did. I did the same thing our father did. I just had to, but I did it with less. I did it with more pizzazz. I had numbers behind me. My dad was like, "Hey, man, hey, can't do this no more."
Hey,
I was like, damn.
And I don't believe in that though. I believe if even though the numbers are small, I believe you can still make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe if you work at it, if you want it, man, you can achieve
But
it.
but you gotta work at it. But that's what I'm saying. As a father, you know,
Yeah.
you will know your child. And I ain't gonna lie. When he came in my room, I was on the bed. Look, I was talking to my girl too. Yeah, where we going? You know, I wasn't in the gym. That man, hey, and he knew that. Hey man, and that was like, hey man, we need to talk. Hey, I'm gonna call you back. Look, let me call you back. You know, and he knew what was happening. Like, you ain't out there. You ain't. You look, where your glove at? Look, he go. My glove. Yeah, where your glove at? Look, in my locker at school, in your locker. Yeah, he was like, yeah, you ain't trying to do this. You ain't trying to do this.
I think for me, man, I think I had everything. The skill to play. I think my confidence is what kept me.
Confidence.
Yeah, my confidence, my belief, my faith that I can go out there and play with any and everybody. When in high school, I played well. I was second all, all state, all city. So I was good enough to play, but I just was never pushed to take it to the next level. I knew in my neighborhood I was good. I knew if me and my boys went somewhere, we could play with anybody. I wasn't comfortable enough to go by myself and play with somebody though.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I got to Atlanta, I came here, to say I was going to play ball, didn't end up playing ball, ended up starting to work.
He had to go to work.
Yeah, went to work and started getting that money.
Yeah.
But I was in the gym before work. I was in the gym. I mean, not the gym, the park out after work, and then we'll play at night. So I was playing ball probably 75% of my time. I'll leave work and go straight play ball. I think my greatest moment was in a little league we played in. Man, I put up 50.
But you didn't ask us about our greatest moments. You just threw that in there. You didn't ask about greatest moments.
I did.
No, you didn't. No,
yeah,
you didn't. Because I already told you about my greatest moment. So you just ad-lib that.
Okay, so
making that money. Oh, yeah.
So I was that right there, and then I played in another league, man. I played in over at Life College, and I was playing against semi-pro players, and I was killing them. So I knew at that point that I can play with anybody, but at that time I was like 22. I was like, man, it done passed me by, So I just didn't have the confidence. That's what derailed my career, or my could have been career. And I know it was God's plan anyway, but that's what got me the faith in myself, believing that I can go out there and play with the best of them. Like I said, I played with Travis Best, and me and him on the same squad out there hooping, running shoot, So
Jane Lewis just said you were a ball hog.
Oh yeah, I was a ball hogging that when I put them 50 up, and I was telling them like, "Hey man, look, they can't stop me. Don't get a ball to him. Give it to me." I was a straight ball hog. and the girl who was keeping score, she the one told me at the end. I didn't even know I had 50. So yeah, I was straight ball hog. Welcome back, Big Country Man. You want to give your story, baby?
Baseball was my sport. I played basketball to stay in shape and football to stay in shape. I was all right at both, but nothing special. We won state championship in 2009. I was a freshman in baseball. My junior.
You there, Big Country?
Is he still?
My bad. I froze. My bad.
Okay.
But my junior year, I started getting offers for baseball. Coastal Carolina, Michigan, had a few different offers.
They should offer you some better Wi-Fi.
I keep freaking freezing. But anyway, long story short, had a few offers. Still got the letters. Tore my rotator cuff in my labrum. About 3 weeks after that, got in a huge car accident. And there was rods and pins that were supposed to come out that were stabilizing my shoulder, and they couldn't come out anymore. So I lost the ability to play my senior year and a few different things. So I started working on cars and coaching basketball after that, and here I am.
Okay. Give me your one of your greatest moments, man.
My junior year, right before I got hurt, played with 102-degree fever and threw a complete game shutout.
Nice.
You was the pitcher.
I pitched. I played third and first. And one of my favorite memories, maybe not one of my best, but my first home run was a grand slam. It was Little League. Bases were loaded. I hit a grand slam. It hit off the top of the porta-john out in left center field, way above the fence, and knocked the porta potty over. Not sure if anybody was in there, but that was one of my favorite memories of baseball. The first home run.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, Prince. Let's hear your greatest moment, dog.
Okay. Since you insist, dog. Since you know, I have two. Okay, greatest moment in baseball. No hitter.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I started as a pitcher, first base, center field. That's my first. I started out playing baseball in Riverside, California, and gave up one run and a no hitter. But I did hit somebody in the back. But forget that. But it still was a no hitter. But anyway, okay,
that's a hitter.
Basketball playing. We had the you got the JV and you got your seniors, and the JV squad got together and we spanked the seniors. I got my first dunk. So hey, those are the greatest moments of my life, bro. When it comes to sports,
greatest moments.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. I was upset about hitting that person in the back, but it still was a no hitter. They walked to the base. It was okay though, but it's still no hitter. That is cool. I appreciate that, G.
No problem, man. That's good stuff, man. I know we all had hoop dreams or baseball dreams or football dreams or something, man. So I actually wanted to hear you all's story. So I know a lot of people out there, Snack Panther, Larissa Jones, James Littlejohn, Rodney Littlejohn. I know they all had these same hoop dreams or football dreams. I've heard of James Littlejohn's hoop dreams. So I know we all have them. So
hey, I'm gonna tell you something about James Littlejohn.
Okay.
We had a league at when we worked for a shoe company in Spartanburg. I won't call the name.
Okay.
But he was playing. I was the coach. Well, we had a 6'7" guy and a 6'8" guy that played for one of the local colleges that was there interning, right? So as a coach, I told them, we're not shooting no three. We got 6'7", 6'8". We burying the ball inside the whole game. We get out there 5 minutes into the game. What this dude do?
He shot
a three. He drained it. But guess what I did?
What?
You gotta come out, bro.
Yeah.
After he made it,
you gotta come out. The game plan was not three.
No, that's right. Sit down.
Look, Jay said worst coach ever. Look.
Sit down.
Like I said, he shot it. He drained the shot.
He's all
But that was part of the game plan.
Wait, right against everything. Oh, that's my bro. I'm shooting. I'm pulling.
Let me tell you something. I did leave out one thing on greatest moments. I guess one of my, and Lord forgive me, I shouldn't have forgot this. But my 8th grade year in junior high, everything about junior high, my dad was a big time coach in Spartanburg. He coached football and basketball. So I went to a different school than where he coached at. So we played them my 8th grade year, and we beat them 8-6.
Whoa. What are you playing? Soccer?
He was a little salty about that.
Y'all was high scoring, I see, huh?
It was a defensive struggle, man. Like I told Corey, it's knocking them chin straps off.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
All right, I took enough time. My bad.
No, you good, bro. You good. I like it. So I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and they had Antoine Walker on there.
Okay.
So I Am Athlete, and he was telling everybody about his story. You know, everybody knows his story about him going to the bankruptcy and having to deal with trying to get out of. He had some debts to Las Vegas. You know, he said he was one of his best buddies is Michael Jordan. So you know he was hanging around Michael Jordan a lot. And one thing that he said he wished that Mike would have told him when he started hanging out with him was,
don't try to hang out with me to keep up.
Don't try to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, don't try to do what I'm doing, man. He had 15 cars in his garage. He had pool and don't. But Mike didn't say that. Mike let him, you know, try to keep up. And he said,
bring your cars.
yeah. You need to get that. You need to get that, man. So I think just listening to our people, my people talk, man. Why don't we help each other out as friends? And he was saying another thing, like, why don't Michael Jordan and another person go and buy a team? Why don't they buy a team together? Why do everybody try to do stuff by themselves? Why don't we lift each other up?
Because Mike is a jerk.
Hey, man, we talking about Mike like that. He might be, but hey.
Mike a jerk, man.
Hey, man, hey. They don't, Corey.
That's your favorite.
Huh?
Is he your favorite?
But I think it's not just Mike, though. It's everybody. I think it's a lot of people that do that. Like, you know, LeBron James, another one. I mean, he brought his homeboys up, but his other homeboys are Dwayne Wade and Carmelo Anthony, right?
Yeah.
They all like wine.
They all like what?
Wine. So they have this wine. They're like wine connoisseurs or something, right?
Oh, okay.
Why haven't they all come together and made a company for wine? You know. So I mean, I take it back to us. It's like, why don't we look out for each other like that?
I think that it's kind of like a mindset. Some people, quote unquote, want to keep up with the Joneses, for lack of a better word. And some people have the mentality that if I have more than you, then that makes me better than you.
Okay.
And
I don't know.
he went on mute. But if I have more than you, that makes me better than you. But to me, it shouldn't be that way. You know, you should be your brother's keeper. You should be any information that you have that can help somebody and progress along the way. To me, you should always do that. And you know, and one thing it is that some people don't understand about me and my two brothers is, I guess, how close we are. You know, we talk every day. But then I know some brothers, they won't even, the only time they may talk is birthdays or holidays or whatever the case may be. Right. And to me, if somebody gets something and has more than what I have. I'm not jealous. If you want it, then you do what you need to do to get to that point. But don't be jealous of it, be envy of what somebody else has. If you want it, then work what you do what you got to do to get it in the legal way, of course.
Right.
I just think that some people think that having more than somebody else is power.
Yeah,
My name is
right.
down here. Your name is not. I'm up here and you down here. That's just my opinion.
I ain't going into business with my brothers because them dudes lazy. Look,
you a damn lie. You a damn lie. You in business now.
No, not with my brothers. My brothers, like my blood brothers.
We are your brothers.
Oh no! I'm talking about my blood. Like I said, it had to be a situation where, like say for example, they'll be late. If they work for me, they'll be late. They won't work. You know what I'm saying? And I love them to death. You know what I mean? I'm talking about. But at the same time, they'll end up being fired. You know, I'm like, hey man, go tell mom what I did to you, because y'all tripping. or mama call me, what happened? He didn't work, and then he can't, want his check. But now I'll say this here, and this is just my opinion in terms of, like I said, we were trying to figure out why won't they do that. Now sometimes, and I ain't say all the time. Sometimes it's best to keep, that type of situation separate, because visions are different, work ethics are different, that sort of thing, and then at the same time, if you want to stay close, it's easy to keep that separated, and then at the same time, you got your own money, start your own. I mean, we don't necessarily have to do it together. If we were in that millionaires boys club, shall I say? And then a lot of times you want to show that I'm just as successful, as opposed to me riding your coattail, or me saying let me use your money, or however it goes. Because like I said, we know that though. Let's use that banana boat crew, LeBron James, Carmelo, and we know each of them are successful, but they don't have LeBron James bread. Then the way people say it, LeBron James is frugal also with his money. He makes, really calculated decisions. Carmelo was a little bit more loose leaf with his, he because he was more of a fancy, he was a show off in a sense, because he was a ladies man. CP3, he's a commercial guy himself. But he got there in the latter of his career, so I'm pretty sure they all have, differences on how businesses run, or like say each of them have a business partner. And I think LeBron James's main business partner is what's the guy that goes with Adele? Ron Paul, or what is it, Les Paul?
Yes.
Is it Les Paul?
Yeah,
that's
Ron
his Paul. Ron Paul, yeah. That's his main, right? That's his main business, business partner. He's had chances to do business with Jay-Z, and he decided, I'll do my own thing, So they've invested in a few companies together, but at the same time, as far as doing business together, as close friends as they are, they've kept it simple, just say, listen, in order for us to stay cool, we'll continue to, do our own thing. So I can understand on both sides of the fence why, if you did do business and you didn't, it just has to be a level of understanding. And then sometimes it's just easier to not,
Yeah.
And Michael Jordan didn't need nobody, That's just straight up and down. He was endorsing 25 in his heyday, 25 major corporations. So there was no reason for him to, I got to go into business with you.
Yeah.
They want to see me, not you.
And I think you do it because you want to help the next person.
See, that's sometimes that's the wrong reason to do business, because you want to help that person. Try to bring you down.
That's what we think about each other.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Oh man, by the way, bring me down. But that's
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that's what we want. We don't want that. We want to be able to help each other out, not say, "Oh man, that ain't helping you out, man. Bring me down, man."
It's not that okay, but okay. I guess the reality was set in is when you go, "Hey man, I got to work at 8:30," and okay, let me tell you, and as much as you wouldn't want it to be, it'll get sometimes. And I try my best, like with my brothers. When I first moved back to Atlanta, I had a carpet cleaning business, and the first thing I was trying to do was I'm trying to bring on I got 2 younger brothers, and I remember I was like, I'm waking up at the crack of dawn because we weren't getting paid by the hour, we're getting paid by the job. Hey man, where y'all at? Hey man, I'm here. If we're gonna try to split this, and we calling this, Field Sons, which is that my father's name, Field Sons. Hey man, y'all gotta be here. Then next thing you know, my wife was like, hey man, they ain't ready. They still young. They're not ready. And then tax time came. Hey, what I get? I didn't get shit. So, but I had to. My first goal was I had to make sure that we were still family. And I just kept it a buck. I said, hey man, I sent you a job. You ain't even go. You with your girl. You ain't go. And I go, and I ain't gonna lie. I said this to my brother, and he's 30 years old, 31 now. I said, if we're gonna continue to love each other, we can't work each other. And I told my mom the same thing. Why you ain't keep him? He don't do nothing. I love him. He don't do nothing.
Right.
That was my experience. So that was my experience.
Corey the Crusher. That's what I call him, Corey the Crusher. Prince, you still there, bro?
Yeah, he got the same Wi-Fi that that guy.
So and I say that just to say that, I appreciate you all, man. When we decided all to get on this show together, man, I think and I feel like this is something that we can all grow together on, man. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man, on the show.
Now you're getting sentimental.
Sacrifice that you
Now you're getting sentimental, dog.
There you go.
I love you, man.
No facts, bro. I appreciate.
I feel you guys. No, I feel you. But seriously, I take forward to doing this show because my kids say, I always tell them you can do anything that you set your mind to, and as long as you set your mind to something that's important, and you have a supporting cast or supporting team that's with you, you can accomplish anything. So what we have at this show has been supporting team since day one, and we've done a lot. We've done all those shows. We've had great responses, and we have come a long way. So no, I absolutely understand what you're talking about. Even though I might joke around, and, that's just me. Throw a little shade in there, but I seriously respect that, and I seriously understand what you're talking about because it's something I could show my kids that you can come up and do what you need to do and show as long as you put your mind and soul behind it and have support, you can do whatever you want, man. It's a great learning factor.
Yeah. And this is how you build, man. This is how you build. Like Larissa said, this don't understand why we can't help one another out. Let's all start businesses and build together. That's how we build a legacy and build, generational wealth, amongst all, man. So I think it's needed, and I think with NBA players that just come out, like Antoine Walker was saying, it's hard for them to come out, and they get their first contract, and then they buy their mom a $500,000 house, and then you got your agent who's taking money from you, and then your agent
33%
sending you to a business agent. Like, I mean, before you know it, man, you broke. You broke, and that's because they don't have people talking to them.
Have y'all ever seen that 30 for 30 broke?
No.
Ooh, woo.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good, man. Y'all get a minute. It just shows, like you said, I think Antoine Walker may have been one of the feature guys on there.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. Broke. I was like, yeah, they kept it a buck,
Mm-hmm.
So
he said he spent $500,000 in a month.
Wow.
Trying to keep up.
trying to keep up. Trying to keep up. So, but I was talking about, friends and us coming together, and Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant may be coming together by the end of this week. Do y'all think they are coming back a little too early because they see their season kind of dwindling away?
That could be a factor. I think last show, I think we said it's like 20, a little over 20 games left in the season. Right. So you don't have too much time to make that move. But like I said, though, it's hard to say they will do that. But if they jail and they make it into the playoffs, then you don't know what they can do once they get in there. They can surprise a lot of teams, or they can fall by the wayside if they don't jail. So it's just gonna be interesting to see how it works out.
Ain't that much jail in the world.
All right, Corey.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Do y'all see it? Huh? But that's what I said. Do y'all see it? Honestly.
I mean, we haven't seen nothing yet.
Right. It ain't nothing to see. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm joking. But I'm saying everybody is critical. Do y'all actually think that this is gonna work?
It's hard to tell.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it's gonna be a little too much.
We will see in a few days.
Yeah. Oh, Prince. Oh, Corey fell off. Prince, what'd you think, bro? Prince.
Yeah, I know we went away from that point, but that's a pretty strong statement that Mr. Jones just made, though. Maybe there's something they need to do.
They really do. They really do. I guess we can go back there. These are 19, 20-year-old kids who have never really seen anything more than $5,000. They get a check for $560,000 signing bonus or $1.5 million. I think Antoine Walker was $1.2 million. But he said over his whole career he made $108 million over his whole NBA career.
Wow.
And $5 million of it went to taxes. Yeah, $55 million went to taxes.
Dang.
Yes. He said that he went and he tried to invest some of his money. So he had some people, hey man, invest my money for me. So they was buying houses. He said he bought a house in 3 times because he didn't have time while he's playing basketball to follow everything and see it all and monitor it all. So he's thinking like, hey, I'm putting my money up so and on the other side, this guy's over here scamming him. So it's hard, but a literacy class, a financial literacy class would definitely help. And I believe having Antoine Walker is trying to do it now. He's trying to go back and speak to people, man, about coming out when you first come out. I think one of the guys, I think it was Wale. He said that they should not even touch their money, their NBA money before they retire. Just leave it, and take a little small chunk out, whatever from your endorsements or whatever it is, and use that money, but don't use any of your NBA money. And then when you get out, then you can start investing and you can start knowing where your money is actually going.
You know how hard
I
it
thought
is
that
for
was a
somebody
crazy
who
thing.
hadn't had any bread to leave it sitting there. You know, when they come from,
Right.
you know, from, I ain't saying all of them have come from nothing, but I mean, I know it can be terribly hard, and you know, tell somebody, hey man, you know, leave that first year there. Leave it. Like Kawhi Leonard lives off a shoestring budget, you know, but from what he's doing, it's just, they said it'd be terribly hard for the average person to do. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely. Lil John said he thinks the NFL has finance courses for rookies. I believe they have something.
They on list.
Snack Panther says, don't these dudes get scholarships? What they do in college? A lot of them don't go to college. Like they go to college, they don't go to college.
Yeah, a lot of them nowadays one and done.
Yeah.
But I guess, you know, going back to that statement you were saying earlier, though, I guess, and maybe you don't go into business together, but maybe I guess like you were saying about Michael Jordan, not telling Walker, don't try to keep up with me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a slight little bit of advice, you know, like Corey said he gave his brother. Look, just you have to go into business with it, but give us some advice from lessons learned that you had as being a older person in the league to somebody new coming in.
Right.
That won't hurt you. That won't kill you to give somebody some advice. Now, whether they take it or not, whether they use it, that'll be up to them.
Mm-hmm.
But at least you're giving them your viewpoint as being a senior guy in the league, or the older statesman, to some of the rookies coming in, as far as what you've seen happen to other people.
Right. And that they say a lot of people in the NBA and in football, they say they're your buddies, but they're really not. And he said he learned that after he got locked up, basically. You know, he didn't receive not one call from his so-called teammates, the guys he went to war with. None of them called him to check on him to see even if it was real, even if he was really in that situation.
Right.
He said they just left him out there. He said, and that probably hurt more than anything, knowing that, you know, they really don't rock with you like that.
Right.
So that's a tough situation, man.
Yeah.
So peep the game. When they talk about, you know, MJ now, and this is all coming out later on, you know, after social, you know, like I said, we grew up we grew up with the non-social media type, you know, sports. You know, we heard, you know, got it on Sports Center or the newspaper.
Right.
Now, from, you know, like what we're hearing now, Michael Jordan went to, you know, he was flashy. He was, you know, hey, I got this and you don't, you know, or he wasn't a nice person when it came to that. So in my opinion, I don't think that there were many guys in the league who mentor like they do now. You know, like the guys nowadays, they want to give you the game. You know, guys nowadays, they want to tell you what they went through. They were the trailblazers at the point, but then Michael Jordan was the first mega star. You know what I'm saying? Now, we had Dr. J, you know, but as far as making this type of money, you know, Mike wanted to be, you know, the end all tell all. Mike wanted to be, I'm the richest, I'm the best, I don't think he wanted to mentor anybody. You know, I don't think he wanted to, you know, help anybody, really. It comes out now with, you know, with Dennis Rodman, with what he thinks about it, with what Scotty thinks about it. It took a while for them to really come out and be truthful about it, but I just, you know, at this point, you try to ask yourself, who did we cheer for? Who was, like I said, Mike was one of my, you know, he was one of my guys as a kid. You know, who didn't want to be like Jordan? But now you come to find out that his personality sucks. And then one time, my wife hit me with some heavy stuff. You know, he invests, you know, heavily in, and like I said, this is all my opinion now. You know, I'm just, you know, this. Before I go, you know, where I'm going, you know, he invests heavily in prison. You know, prison. What is it? You know, like
soap.
Soap.
Yeah, that's what he invested in. He made a bunch of prison soap, and a lot of people didn't agree with that.
No, I'm talking about just building it might be soap, might be a part of it, but prison period. Like the facilities that they build, private prison facilities. And like I said, he's a businessman, and I get that. But at the same time, it's your people,
Right.
So and like I said, it's that. Huh?
But Corey, let me say this real quick, man. Before I go, let me say this though. But I can understand that he invested in business when it comes to the prison system. But that's something he invested in, and it's not like a lot of people aren't warranted to be in that system, right? It's not like a lot of people don't deserve to be there. There are some truly evil people in this world, whether we may not deal with them or not. And I know that he invested something like that to make a buck, but you know what? He still gave them truly evil people that done terrible things some benefits to receive whatever soap, whatever TVs, whatever better beds, whatever. We can go on about what we agree and disagree about what he has done, but it just shows the humanity that they have for people that pretty much in our lights, the evil that men do probably didn't deserve it. So so to cast an eye on that, I feel that we can't. I mean, people do things to make money that we might not agree with, but at the end of the day, bro, I mean, you gotta respect it.
No, I don't have to respect it. Like I got 2 cousins. I got 3 cousins that's in the prison system right now. So if I were an investor,
okay. So you got 3 cousins of the princess, but I got a cousin of the princess right now. Look at 20 years. Right now, he's been in there for a year. Okay, so how are we supposed to feel? Okay, about what happens to them? We love them, but they did what they did. They deserve it, so they shouldn't get any type of nothing.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I guess what we're coming from is like we were talking about bringing your man up, or like I wouldn't come to you having 3 family members in prison. And I go, hey Prince, I need you to invest in prison toilet paper or prison. I guess that wouldn't be something that I'll be interested in because I guess I got a personal tie to a person that's in the reform
People going to
system.
make money, Corey. People going to make money, dog, whether we like it or not. If there's an investment or there's a way to do it, they're going to do it, bro.
What I'm saying is that just wouldn't be my avenue to take. Sort of like how we're talking about, us choosing to do business with, friends or family or whatever. I wouldn't take that avenue because of how, it personally affects me. And then at the same time, 60% of the prison reform, or maybe more than that, are our people. You see what I'm saying? So, and then with him to have the platform that he has, I just felt like you could have invested, like Chad was saying, I wouldn't do that. I invested in all kind of other stuff to make the same amount of money. I just didn't. I didn't go, to that point where I have to invest in something that hurts our people. Yeah, you're right. There are people that deserve to be in there. I got some friends that they ain't need to be in society. I had friends that were in college. I'm like, how are you on the institution of higher learning? There's no reason for you to be here. Hey, we got people that, we got people that work with us. Why are you? How did you get here? But yeah. What's up, baby? Get that man some sugar. But that's just my opinion. You see what I'm saying? That's just I wouldn't go there. You see what I'm saying? If it was something that, like I said, that you felt strongly about, and I go, and then you say, hey man, why are you investing in that? And I go, tell me what's up. Then I would have something to think about. Okay, you know what? That makes some sense. So I'm just saying, for me personally, if I had that bread, there was, prison reform wouldn't be, my first avenue when I at a platform like that. Do you think that LeBron James would invest in prison reform?
We don't know. We can't judge what everybody else may do, bro. I mean, it's a personal decision.
He hasn't. I mean,
right. He invests in schools for kids. Mike, you know what? You know what's crazy? Look, what's crazy? Mike has never given a scholarship to not one minority child.
That's fine, dog. Stop hating on Michael Jordan, bro. Okay.
I don't like that dude. I don't like it. I don't like him as a grown up.
I don't care, bro.
I don't like him as a grown up.
Not, dude.
Wait a minute, not Corey.
As a grown up, not as a player, man. As a grown up.
Stop it. Nope. I'm not gonna end this show when you hating on Michael Jordan, bro.
He hated on Chameleon.
Whatever, dog.
I don't know if he has or he hasn't. I don't know if he has or hasn't given to. I would probably say he has.
No, he has.
It just ain't out there.
See, you like him too. No, he hasn't. And can one person say that he done put somebody through school? If you find him, let me know. It's probably one, his child.
Man, chill out, bro. Man, chill out.
Jordan sucks.
Chill out, man. Chill out, bro. You just a hater.
And I got a pair of shoes on right now, and he's still
hating in. That makes you a hypocrite.
No, that means that the Chinese made a great shoe.
Man, get the hell out of here. You hating.
They made a good shoe on my feet. He ain't make it.
Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here.
Chuck got information here. What you got, Chuck?
Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
This says that the Jordan brand made donations of up to $1 million last July, distributing money from the pledge to the NAACP, the formerly incarcerated and convicted people families movement.
Last year, $1 million? $1
million.
That's like me giving $10.
You said
he ain't gonna hear it, dog.
Good try, man. I can't let you do that. You can't.
Okay.
You can't.
Last year.
The man gave $1 million. Don't let that chump change. That
You
ain't
know why?
chump change,
Hey,
dog.
you know why? I know, but you know why he did that? Because he got that backlash. Remember when they said that he wasn't doing nothing? Y'all remember when they gave him all that hell because they
stop, man. Stop, man.
He don't.
Stop.
That dude don't.
Stop.
You know what? That's gonna be my focus next. Hey, I'm coming with some stats next.
You come with haterism.
Yeah.
I got some more right here to tell you right now, but I'm not going there.
Go ahead, give it to him because he need to help me. Hey, I'm asking for the help. Tell me. What else has he done?
We ain't giving you no help or hating on Jordan, bro. We ain't about
Why? Hey, y'all want me to be reformed? Tell me. Tell me what he done, Chuck. I'm asking because, like I said, I can change my opinion.
He donated $100 million to assist Black people with access to education and end social justice.
What year? The Jordan brand? Okay.
20.
All right. So listen, this is my opinion. I'm glad that the Jordan brand, which is run by his daughter, decided to do that. But him, he ain't do that. Jordan sucks.
GM gone.
You got a friend in James. James said he donated after he was slammed, not before.
Thank you, James. He knows. I mean, listen.
Hey, you gone, baby boy?
I'm gone. I'm gone.
You hit it. Go. Don't hit his truth.
I got to drop the mic on this Michael Jordan haterism, bro.
Drop your mic.
Hey, dog. Everybody ain't perfect, bro. But at least he tries to strive to be. At least
our child, bro. The guy that we looked up as a ball player.
No. Look. For real. He might not.
I'm for real.
A lot of his business arrangements you might not agree with. There's some you do agree with, but he doesn't discriminate helping anybody, and that's what you got to do, bro.
Hey,
it ain't regardless, bro.
Go ahead, for you, Corey.
Go ahead.
Basketball legend Michael Jordan is donating $10 million to launch 2 medical clinics in underserved communities near his hometown of Wilmington, North Carolina.
What year?
Michael Jordan brand.
I know, but what year? Are those churches up yet? I mean, are those hospitals up yet?
Oh,
no.
2021.
God, dog.
2021. Last year.
Hey, you know what? He ain't listening, dog. He ain't listening.
I am listening. Huh?
He ain't listening, Commander.
I heard him.
Hey,
his philanthropy just started doing that the past 3 to 4 years.
Stop it, Corey. Stop it.
I'm not gonna stop.
I'm going Sunday.
Go ahead and go so I can talk more when you leave.
Without Corey's haterism on Sunday. No haterism.
Your favorite.
Hey, Sunday 8 o'clock. Who is the GOAT? That's what we're talking about. Who is the GOAT?
Who is the GOAT? You got it. KPG out, dog.
Get out.
Corey, I think you know something, Corey? When you were growing up, I bet you was the biggest instigator in your household.
Hey, I was the biggest instigator in school.
I believe it.
Let me tell you. Now I'll give myself some short credit. All right, so I was most humorous through 12th grade, and most of it probably wasn't always humor. A lot of it probably was, a lot of trash talk. Okay, let me tell you. So when we played ball, I wasn't the best out there, but let me tell you, so I fit in like a Lego, and I'm gonna talk trash. I'm gonna do whatever I can, to make it happen. Now, understand me thoroughly. I try to be fair when I say what I say. Now, I was just like all of y'all. I'm a Michael Jordan fan. I wanted to do the moves. I thought I could take my breath away, kiss the rim, all kind of stuff. But then, as a grown man, that's all I'm saying. The grown man in me, he lost a fan as a grown man. That's why it hurts. It hurt as much as it did as a grown man. As a businessman, I don't like it. As a player, like I said, I had the shoes. I got them now. I had a poster. You know what I'm saying? Who didn't want to be like Mike? But little did we know, Mike was also a jerk. If y'all watched the last, what is it? The last game. Mm-hmm. He wasn't. Listen, like he was never. I ain't gonna say this. I'm gonna go say it. He wasn't a humble guy. We didn't see that the competitiveness of him. We saw him on the court, but we didn't see the personal side. He wasn't a humble dude. Like everybody said, look, I played Mike hard. I was one of the best one to check him. Then Mike come back. No, you wouldn't. Like Gary Payton. We knew Gary the Glove was a good defensive player. He was like, listen, man, I had my day, so I checked him. I was on him. No, it wasn't. All everybody could do, what Mike was containing. We all knew you can't, you wasn't gonna stop him. You just gotta contain him, but you ain't gonna give nobody no credit. Hey, come on, man.
Not in basketball. For him, and I understand this is his competitive spirit.
Right. Right.
He's gonna compete in anything, in everything. Just like Chuck brought up last show when he went into Magic Johnson and said, "Man, where your shoes at?" You got shoes? Right now. That's Jordan. He wanted to beat you in chess. He want to beat you in hopscotch. That's just his competitiveness. As a person, I don't think he's as bad as you're making him out to be, or he just didn't do it in the limelight. Like it's been, like you said, we didn't have social media back then.
I'm about to say the limelight was social media.
Broadcast all this stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I'm sure he's done behind closed doors that hasn't been come to the light because he felt like he didn't need to.
True. So, but why are there so many people that don't like MJ now?
Because they're jealous.
Think it's jealousy?
Yeah.
Only person I know who don't like MJ now is Isaiah Thomas. I don't know anybody else that don't like
and
MJ.
Corey.
Well, I would say don't like it. They've had their issues, right?
Outside of basketball?
Yeah, Reggie Miller said I respect them, but he said they're not friends. He said they're not friends. Charles Barkley,
MSC friends with everybody.
Huh?
I know. I'm
saying when you're on that level, as far as being a player, what's your guy named Patrick Ewing? Patrick Ewing said until they got older, as businessmen, they became respectful of one another. They said we don't hang out. Mike, I know he has adoration, as far as players and what he's done for the game, whatever. But I guess because I'm looking at it probably from a negative standpoint, after I got the meal that I was fed about MJ. I don't, like when I thought at one point Chuck was his main guy, and it ain't, that ain't him no more. Who? I don't know. I don't like that dude.
Yeah. I got one question. What kind of donations and has Dominique done then?
Dominique Wilkins, man, yeah. I was as a kid between him and the Stinger Mike Glenn. I went to that basketball camp. I think I went there 4 years. So my aunt and uncle are both deaf. So Dominique Wilkins and Mike Glenn had a basketball camp for the deaf and it's like a youth deaf basketball program off of Decatur Road, and it was Mike Glenn's program, but at the time you used Dominique Wilkins' name, but Dominique would show up maybe 2 or 3 times during that summer, and listen, he'd be in and out, but at the same time, as young as 10 years old, I remember going to that camp, and I ain't gonna even lie to you, I don't even think it was free. I don't think my mom paid for that. It was free. But him and Mike Glenn, they put their name on it. It was a small gym in the back of a church, right downtown Decatur. I went at least 3 out of 4 years, I think. Me and my cousin. So I know of one that I was personally, a part of as a kid. And Spud Webb also at the Boys and Girls Club in what's the name of them homes? The Herndon home on the West End. My cousin used to go there all the time. We know Spud Webb, and every now and then Dominique Wilkins would make an appearance in the hood in a red Ferrari.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, I've seen Dominique here. I'll say that much. I've seen his face. I know where he lived.
This was a This was a very interesting conversation, dog. I didn't expect it to go all the way here, but I like it. I like it, man.
I got an idea, guys.
It was
before you close the show out, G. Can we do this next on a future show? Let's talk about some guys that you have a problem with. I'm coming in.
That's that instigate mode again.
Give me my platform.
Let's come up with something. Let's come up with something. All right, let's come up with something. I like it.
Hey, I just saw something pop up on my TV that's very interesting. It says the Dolphins GM says the door is shut on Deshaun Watson.
Shut on Watson.
I saw that.
Yeah. Hey, this was like Roddy said, man. Tonight was real talk. Tonight we talk sports, but we talk sports as it was real. It got real today, man, and I loved it. I tell you, hey, welcome my dog, Big Stanley. On Sunday, man, we're gonna have another great show. Like I said, we're gonna talk GOAT talk. But I want to talk about injuries to star players, man. And we'll have a special guest on to talk about it. A guy who trains. He trains athletes as well. And we're going to get a professional's take on what's going on with these athletes now. Why are they getting injured so much? And we'll get it from his point, and then we'll ask him a couple questions as well, man. But it's going to be a great y'all. Thank y'all for being with us, man. This might be one of my favorite shows, man. The chat line has been going crazy. Thank you, Golita. We appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with us. Appreciate you so much. Mike Franklin, Rodney Littlejohn called it the beef show. I like that. Maybe that Corey, you like that?
What do you say?
When we'll call it the beef show. Whatever.
Smoke time.
Yeah. Stanley Carter, man, we appreciate it. Stack Panther, hey man, way to bring that heat, bro. We appreciate you. Thanks for rocking with us, homie. Mike Franklin, hey, y'all know what the F stands for, right?
That chick.
Hey, he gonna bring it. He gonna bring it. Hey, a big shout out to our dog, Big Country. Thank you for checking in with us, homie. Thank you for dropping that knowledge on baseball.
I got a surprise too, man. Kicking it with Corey, we're gonna do it. I got a great I got a great idea. I hope y'all gonna like what I come up with. But it's going down on Sunday.
All right, I like it. All right, y'all heard it here. Hey, Sunday, baby. Meeting with Corey. It's gonna be a great one. James, the winner of the 2 Hawks tickets. Thank you, dog, for getting all the subscribers to join the family. We appreciate you. We love you, man. Who else out there?
Okay.
James Littlejohn. James Littlejohn.
God dang. Okay.
Yes. Larissa Jones. Thank you. I know you plugging the show. We appreciate you. Thank you for bringing that heat as well. Man, it's so many. If I miss y'all, man, blame it on my eyes, man, not my heart. We love y'all, man. We'll definitely see y'all on Sunday, 8 o'clock. And we're gonna take y'all out like this. Oh, and once again, big shout out to Tribe 6 Candles, our sponsor for our KPG March Madness tournament. They will be giving out the prize for that. So thank you again for sponsoring that. We love y'all, man. All right, like my boy Corey like to be taken out.
Starting off fresh with KPG. We starting off fresh with KPG. We started off first talking with G. We started off first talking with G. Then we went and added Corey. Added Prince, that's the KPG. We started off fresh with KPG. Added Prince, now it's KPG. Added Prince, now it's KPG. And we just talking with KPG.
And we out.
All right,
Later, folks.
Peace.